Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about the kill event. The kill event is the event in the strongest war zone. This is the 7th day event. It happens every Sunday. The point of the event is to go to your opposing zone and kill their soldiers. The way the event is got is like this. If you kill opposing soldiers, whether on attack or defense, and you win and your opponent's soldier dies, you get points. You get points also if you lose soldiers, but only when you attack enemy and heal. Alright, this is important because this is the game rewarding players to be proactive rather than passive and wait for people to come to them. The higher the rarity of the soldier killed, the more points you get. Of course, if you win, you get more points, but if you lose, this is basically consolation prize for players to just try. Alright? So at least they take part, they go around, they try to attack other players. They attack, they lose, but they still get participation rewards. The rewards are the usual things inside the shells. They vary by your level. This account I'm logged in right now is a level 9 account, so it is the rewards are quite poor still. This account actually had a attack because I didn't catch the shield dropping. Alright, so let's see the battle reward. Right, in this battle, this account was defeated and it lost 93 troops. It killed 2 enemy troops. Alright, so of course, because the account got hit, the winner, so the invader, took away resources. And then you can see here, I've killed 2 troops and he has killed 234 of my T1 soldiers. The tier of soldiers that were killed for me is all T1 soldiers, and then for the enemy here you can see he has T5 soldiers, and then they were slightly injured. The back 2 rows were not hurt at all. And this is the second round, and this is the second soldier that also got slightly injured. Alright, so by killing 2 T5 soldiers, this farm managed to score on the event, and we have here today's event. It has 20 points, and that comes from defeating a T5 soldier, 2 of them, so it only has 20 points. Remember, it lost about 200 plus of T1 soldiers. If this was applicable for defense of and heal also, then the points should actually be much more, because I've lost 200 over soldiers, so I should at least have 200 over points. But as it is, the game rewards players for participation only if they are proactive with it. You can lose your battles, but only if you are the attacker. If you are a defender and you lose and you kill very few of your opponent's soldiers, you get very few points. Okay, that brings me to the point of this video is, for the kill event, there is only one rule. Do not get hit. Really, really do not get hit. Alright, to make sure you do not get hit, the only really safe way to do so is to make sure that you have your shields on. So the reason why this account got hit was that its newbie shield was expiring, and I forgot. So someone hit my farm and stole some resources, but don't worry, it will grow back. I have already put on a another shield to cover the rest of the event. How to make sure you do not get hit? The first and only thing that you need to do is make sure that you have a shield on. I find that a lot of players will take note that the next day there's a queue event. It starts maybe in the middle of the night, or maybe at some awkward hour for them when they are at work, or maybe they are at school, or they are sleeping. You have shields. There are shields that are 1 hour, that are 8 hour, that are 24 hour, and also even 3 days. Alright, this is a new account. It already has 5 8-hour shields. Alright, just past its newbie safety time. If you want more shields, you can get them from the Alliance store. Alright. You can buy 12-hour shields, you can buy 8-hour shields from the Alliance store. Make sure that your Alliance stocks up enough of this, and make sure that you are donating to your Alliance every day as much as possible so that you have enough to afford shields for your queue event. You can also buy shields with diamonds. Nah, not here. In the inventory at the store, you can buy your shields under wall. Hold on. Buff. You can buy 24-hour shield with 1,000 diamonds, 3-day shield with 2,500 diamonds. The queue event is a 1-day event, so if you are on exactly at the time of reset, you spend 1,000 diamonds and you protect your account, and you get the resources that your account can produce. It is worthwhile to keep yourself safe, because if you think about all those resources that I lost from getting hit by the enemy. Hold on, wait. Okay, better report. How much resources I lost by getting hit by the enemy? About 160,000 of the plant and the wood, 100,000 of the wet soil, and about 80,000 of the sand. I don't think he sent a very, very big rally unit. Otherwise, if it was a player with a large rally unit, they would clean out the whole farm. So he took only a little bit. He was limited by his carrying capacity. For the resources that you lose, if you have to buy them back with your diamonds, and you buy resources, you can see how much they cost. Alright, 1,000 diamonds will get you 500,000 meat, about 320,000 wet soil, about 240,000 sand. Same amount of plant lah, 500,000 plant. If the whole account was cleaned out by an attacker, the amount of resources lost is actually worth more in diamonds than it costs to actually buy a 1-day shield. And this, if the attacker carry off all of that is 4 different types of resource plus maybe honeydew. That is probably a good 4,000 diamonds worth of resource that they can carry off in one hit. And this is only a farm account. So it's definitely worth it. If you can afford to, please shield. Make sure you start your shield to make sure that the shield is active, especially at the start of the event, because that is the time when players like to jump in, catch other players who haven't been paying attention to defending their accounts, and then have lots of troops, and they jump in and they attack, and they get their kills and get their score. For a new player, it can be hard to get 1,000 diamonds because the colony action doesn't really give you much reward. In my main account, if I get the first shell of the colony action, there's already 100 diamonds over here. And then when I get the second shell of the colony action, there's 600 diamonds over here. But because this is a level 9 account, the rewards are actually very, very poor still. The requirement to get to the second shell is actually less on the lower level account, but the rewards are much, much less. So level your account as fast as possible. You get much better access to rewards. And then you imagine my main account with 100 diamonds on the first colony action and 600 diamonds on the second shell. If I just do that, there's already 700 diamonds. If I do that 2 times in a day, I will have 1,400 diamonds, and I can afford a 24-hour shield for kill event already. You can stay safe that way. If I had to do the same for level 9 account, then here I have 200 diamonds. I need to hit the second shell 5 times in a day to afford that 1,000 diamonds for the peace shield. Okay, so I will log in again on my main account. I will show you how I build. Because I am a free player, I haven't spent any money on the game, and then this is how I take care of how I build to take care of the kill event. Hello, welcome back. I am now logged in on my main account. It is a level 19 account, and this is what I built on it. As I mentioned just now with the colony action, it is the same hour as when I was on my farm. I just moved straight over. You can see just now for the second box, it required 450,000 points for my level 9 account to get to the second box. But here, even on the first box, there is 100 diamonds, and the second one gives me 600. So the total value, so it actually gets more and more rewarding to do colony action the higher the level you go. So that actually when you do lots of colony action, you will actually build up diamonds in your account such that you have enough to deal with kill event. Alright. The way I build my account is I focus on leveling the queen. I focus on leveling my resources buildings, and then I focus on leveling only the carrier barracks. And even for the rally centers, I focus on the pro unit, pro rally center one, and then the pro rally center and the rally center one. Right. The reason why I focus my resources is that I want to get at least one good unit available with max with which I can stack as much as many soldier ants into and can participate properly in kill event. Right now I have to talk about the different classes of soldier ants. You have the carriers, you have the guardians, and you have the shooters. The 3 different classes serve different purposes. But why should you build one over the other? And why is it that I only build one whereas the other 2 I am leaving to lag behind? The main reason why I'm choosing carrier is because it's the highest level threshold building that you have between the 3 barracks. The guardian barracks, you need to put in at the start of the game in the tutorial. But after that, there is no level for your queen to level up that goes you need to have the guardian barracks at a higher level than level 1. The shooter barracks is level 13, that is the threshold for the queen to go up from 13 to 14, so you need to have shooters at level 13. And then after the shooters are at level 13, if the queen wants to level past level 16, wants to go to 17, it needs the carrier barracks to be level 16. So if you only build the threshold buildings, then the resources that you aren't spending building everything sort of equally, you basically are saving to put into the queen and level the queen faster. The reason for leveling the queen faster is obvious because the main thing is the colony action rewards get really much better the higher level you go. You also have to understand the purpose of each class. And here I have to bring in to the technology tree. Okay, by leveling only or focusing only on one class of soldier ants, it also means that I can focus my resources when I do research and I do evolutions. I can focus on that class only. So that means if I go into my basic military, you can see here the way I have leveled the tech tree here is that I have maxed out the soldier ant area, whereas the guardian and the shooter I'm just getting barely past the threshold. Alright, I'm still not done with the tech tree, so it is what it is. The tech costs so much resources and takes so much time to finish, even with focusing on just one single class, that if you try to do all three at the same time, what you'll end up is you'll be much lower level on the queen, and you'll be fighting other players with T6 with a higher tier single class versus a lower tier across 3 different classes. In the tech tree, you'll also see that each class has its specific research, and all of these technologies cost a lot of resources to get through. The first few are quite cheap, but as it goes down further, it gets more and more expensive. And then once you get past the enhancement, where is it? It's lagging a lot. Disconnected. Once you get past the enhancement, you actually start needing creature remains. The thing about the technology needing, the evolutions needing creature remains is that it is one of the hardest resource to actually come by in the game. You can buy it, but most of the time the way you get creature remains are from the strongest warzone rewards. They are up here, and each time you only get a very small amount. Alright, so the second box will get you 50, and if you go all the way to the third one, you get 150. This is the precious one. Right. So if you are leveling all 3 classes equally, then you need a lot of resources to actually unlock. If you level just one and go pure carriers or pure shooters or pure guardians, then you at least focus your energy on one class and you have that class as buffed up as possible and most effective. The properties of the 3 different classes are like this. The carriers are actually your attack units. You'll notice on the tech tree, the tech tree for the different classes are like that. Just a simple and attack buff and a defense buff for each class. They have sort of a triangular relationship with each other. So carriers hurt guardians, guardians hurt shooters, shooters hurt carriers. So this will reinforce that damage. This is the tier where you actually start to see the specialty of the ends come in. Alright. In this skill, you can see here carriers are good at loading. So you increase the carrier load, which means that when you loot from other players, you get to carry away more. It's also good at gathering. So when this is maxed out, the carriers placed on plots will have more carrying capacity. The next thing here is that it has got increase in end march speed. The shooters and the guardians do not have much speed increase. So when you are doing player versus player and you are attacking another player's base, what you want is your troops to hit the other player as fast as possible, so that there is less time for the opponent to react and come back and hit you back instead. Right. After that, this one, the tech tree pushes through and it further increases the damage of the. Here is the carrier end against the guardian end. After that, more defense, more attack. Enhancement. Anything past enhancement needs creature remains. Alright. The rest of the tech tree for all three classes are actually very similar. So let me show you the Guardian Ant. The Guardian specialty, reduce critical damage taken. Increase Guardian garrison defense. So Guardian is basically meant to sit on your front row, absorb the damage, be a meat shield, and protect your end hill. Right. For the shooters, shooters are the highest the highest attack unit. Alright. So they will crit and they will crit more. And the other one is it increase their invasion defense. So you are meant to use them either on the attack or on the defense. If you are defending, what I would do typically is to put guardians on the first row to protect the more fragile shooters behind them. This one is actually designed for invasion, so you could attack with shooters also. Because because they are after all the highest attack unit in the game. Okay, so the way I've built up my the same thing with the technology. You apply that to the Pro Rally Center and the Rally Center one. So instead of building all 4 Rally Centers equally, I focus on the Pro so that I can steal Honeydew as a raider, and then I focus also on Rally Center 1 because it's nice to have two good units that you can actually send out simultaneously. Likewise with the technology, you can see I have put all I've tried to get the Pro unit and the March unit 1 leveled as much as possible. March unit 2 and 3 basically cost much more, and I only have the gathering booths here researched because that's what I mainly use them for, either stealing from really low level players or raiding and cleaning my own farms. Yeah. So when you focus your resources into certain classes and certain builds, it allows you to get it allows you to put your resources into your queen and actually grow faster. So before you set up to take care of queue event, first thing first, make sure that you actually have your shield up. And you want to be the one to choose your opponent, and you do not want to sit passively and let somebody attack you, because the attacker or the aggressor gets rewarded for more points for being proactive. When you choose your opponent, you obviously choose a base that you believe that you can defeat. So by doing that, you increase your likelihood of being the victor in the conflict also. So make sure that you are shielded and you keep your shields up until you are ready to battle. Only then you drop your shields. Or else you wait until your shield lapses. And when your shield lapses, be online at the exact moment that your shield is lapsing. And act on that immediately. So here I have my shield is still ongoing for 5 hours. You have to know something about shields. If you have a shield on right now, but if you go and scout somebody, alright, or else attack another player, this will remove your shield. For the next 19 minutes, you'll be unable to build another shield. That means there's a cooldown on the shield, so you can't pot to a hive with your shield up, drop the shield, hit somebody, and then immediately after that put your shield back on. So there is a cooldown. The length of this cooldown is equal to the level of your base. So this is a base 19, the cooldown is 19 minutes. The higher the level of your base, the longer it will take. So you are sitting out unshielded for a longer period of time. The equipment that you need for your for dealing with queue event, alright? So make sure that you're shielded first, then you do some prep work. Okay, prep work means that you first of all you empty out all of your resources, because despite going out to attack other players, sometimes you get other players being better at the queue event than you are, and they will get an attack through on you, and all the resources that you have accumulated or that you want to that you want to save to spend on something, for say let's say you want to upgrade your queen further, you want to save up the resources, but if they attack you and you lose, then you lose your resources. So always spend off all your resources, go into battle as light and as lean as possible, just in case, because you might lose. There's always a chance that you lose. There's always a chance that you get connection error and then you lag out and then you cannot respond to other players invading you. So what you'll do before you go into battle is this. You want to make sure that you have enough equipment. So the equipment that is relevant here are these. Okay. You need much speed ups, alright, especially if you're attacking into hives and you want your troops to get from your base to your opponent's base faster. You will tap the speed ups to actually make your troops basically fly across the map. You want to have advanced teleports. This will bring your base to your opponent, and then you go really close to them, and you send your troops to attack. The random teleports are used to run away from opponents attacking you. If you use a random teleport, you have to make sure that you have all your march units and your scouts. They have to have returned to your end hill first. For advanced teleport, you can use it even with your troops away from the end hill. So if somebody starts to attack you or ports really close to you, and your troops are outside and you are undefended, what you can do is you can take an advanced teleport. It will instantly recall all of your troops and you will run from the battle. Make sure that you have your shields. Use your attack bonus, and a defense bonus will be good also. You can use your raspberry. This will increase your score for up to 30 minutes. This is another reason why you should be proactive during the queue event. Because if you are the attacker and you have everything prepared, what you will do is you will line up, like say, a series of bases that you want to attack. You'll use the raspberry and then you will port to the base, do your attack, get some score, port to the next one, and then repeat. And then just keep porting, and everything is done within the 30 minutes. Then you maximize the score that you get from the activity. If you are defending, then it actually becomes very difficult because you are leaving your base open and you don't know when your enemy is going to come. Right at the start of the day, right at the start after reset is a good time if you are baiting and waiting for enemies to come in to attack you. But after that, there's going to be sort of like a trickle of enemies potting in, moving out. So it is difficult to be always online and then to turn on the raspberry when the attack is coming in. Other things that you have in the store, you can get better march speed ups. Troop recall and advanced recalling are not so applicable in the game right now. Why you want to recall your troops is like if you are attacking an enemy base and you find that somebody else starts sending reinforcements into the enemy base and you don't think you want to fight that battle, then you can recall your troops. But that would also require, if you want to do that, that will also require you to have the technology that allows the march to be recalled research. So here it is here, troop recalling. Having said that, I do not recommend to keep recalling your troops because you are there to attack and you will gain points from losing troops on the attack. But if somebody else attacks you and you lose your troops and you lose your battle, and you kill maybe just a few of their troops, then you gain very few points, but you also lose your resources. Also make sure that you have your units set up. Use whatever special ends you have, make sure they are upgraded. Because I'm a free player, my ends are not very good. Everybody has the gold armor. If you are lucky, you have a second copy. And if you have drawn a second copy and gotten the shell, you would be able to unlock the 6th skill. And with this 6th skill, you will have the gold armor be able to lead more troops, and that will increase your attack. Everybody's luck is different, and the special ends that you have is different, so use what you have, use the better special ends if you have them, level the skills. This is quite miserable, straight out, because we don't have much spores as a free player. Alright. Fill up the, I'm just going to click review here. I only have carriers on the unit, and because I only have 5 orange ants, the unit 2 and 3 are filled with unit 2 and 3 are actually filled with purple ants. And this one has got T1s on it also, just to carry and increase the load. I think I will do this instead. I even out the 2. Yeah, okay. What you want to do before you go into battle is you want to plan your attack. You want to look around your opponent's zone. So here I have done a little bit of kill event just now, and I'm sitting shielded in their zone. You can see the opponent's bases are all with red color. If there's a fellow zone 47 player, it will appear as black color, the name. And then of course your own end hill will be green, the text. So what you want to do before you battle is you want to search through. So I have done some bookmarks here for areas where you can actually attack. So some of the bases are unshielded. Alright, look through, make sure you check your bookmarks first. Check that they are available and they are and that there are no other enemies hanging around, active players hanging around nearby, so that you can port in safely to attack. You also want to find a spot, usually inside your zone, where there are very few players, sparsely populated, and this one I've called safety. Right, it can be anywhere. There are some dead players, inactive players, low level inactive players. Ooh, there's a trace line. Who's up here? Alright. Okay. There is somebody nearby. So maybe let's change that, and there is somebody else nearby there also, scouting. So you look around, make sure that you find an area where there are less players around, and therefore if you port to the area, your enemies will not be able to find you that easily. Alright, so there is an enemy over here. I will put him down as an enemy, and you can attack him there. But I will need to change, another red line. So you do all your scouting beforehand, look around, and you find the opponents that you want to attack. There is another one here, enemy. This is a very long trace line. They are marching far distances across the map to get the kill event done. They are attacking one of my ex members. And this is another enemy. However, this is a very, I think this is a higher power enemy than I can take on. So basically, look around, find a safe place. So I need to change my safety area. The idea is that it is an area that you can, I believe these are enemies also. Or are they? This is one of the reasons why I say you should keep your shield on while you're doing scouting. You are scanning around, and then it lags. If you're doing this and then it lags with your shields down, the opponent will find you. Okay, I will restart the game and then come back in again. Okay, welcome back. So basically you go around and you make a bunch of bookmarks so you know where to port to next. The other place that you can check is basically your zone chat. And then frequently your zone mates will actually post coordinates of other players attacking your zone. So you can refer and port in quickly and do your attacks. Alright, so get your units set up. Get your inventory, make sure that you have enough, make sure you know how many teleports you have and how many random teleports you have. Make sure you have enough of those. And then if you want to, you can turn the raspberry on. And then make sure you have enough troops trained. Because there will be some troops that actually die when you go into battle. Make sure that your healing pools are empty, alright? And get whatever that you have to heal up first. Okay. And then I still need to empty off my resources. I will do that now, and then after that I will record some more gameplay here.